Alright, I'm back. We'll turn some music on. Alright. Welcome all to this stream about Invention. Everything you really need to know about how to train it, how to optimize it once you're done training it, or even while you're training it, and just generally what it even is. Because, you know, Invention came out in 2015, a time where, like, not a lot of people were playing, and it sort of just reached like it had like a tidal wave of people training it, and then it just had like during 2015 2016, and then after that it just you know, nobody touched it anymore, and everyone else is just kind of left to figure it out on your own. So that's generally what this guide is gonna be here for, is to catch you up with, you know, everyone who knows what's up with Invention. As you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff packed in this skill. Honestly, I haven't played from like 2017 to 2020, like the beginning of it, so there's probably stuff in here that I don't even really know about. So, you know, there might be stuff that you guys will find out that I'm not even aware about. But yeah, let's go into things. Alright. So, let's start at the very, very beginning. How you even start training it. So firstly, Invention is what RS calls an elite skill. It's an elite skill because apparently you need other skills to start training it, and for Invention you need 80 divination, 80 smithing, and 80 crafting. So if you don't have you don't have those three skills, you can't even start training it. But yeah, assuming you do have those three skills, this is the Invention Guild. Right, you know, let me go back out. Right to the northeast of the lodestone, you're gonna see a tutorial. I'm just gonna brush through this really fast if you guys have already done this. But yeah, just, there's like a dude somewhere here, I think right here. No, I don't know. There's a guy somewhere that you talk to. Just do the tutorial. Really try and pay attention to what he's saying, because I will not really go over that. And these Invention workbenches are definitely going to be your best friend. There's a lot to do on these things. So one quick note before I go on to how to train Invention is the left and right side of the bench is different. The left side, just don't be me and have like a trillion things that you haven't discovered. The general idea for the discovery is, if you have it ready, available to discover, just immediately discover it. You know, it's pretty simple. You just put a bunch of stuff in here, and it even tells you, okay, this didn't fit, so just guess and check all of them. Then here, you want to like, you don't have to optimize it. Like, I can just hit invent, right? Invent, and I get this 13k XP. But if you're training it, like, I mean, I'm 120, so there's no levels past this. But if you want XP, like, you would first do this again. Come on. There we go. So, you know, so right now it says very good. The best is perfect. So what I like to do is I do a swap. If it goes up, then I keep it. but let's say it went down. So if I did this, it went down. It went from very good to good. So I reverse the swap, so it's back to very good. And then I find a combination that makes it better and keep that. Now I'll keep going. So this went down, so reverse it back to excellent. This went down, so reverse it back to excellent. This went down, back to excellent. Just go through all the combinations, and eventually you will hit perfect. And as you can see, perfect, which is right here, gives a lot more XP. This is over 100k XP, but this is like a high level thing, so yeah. It's definitely worthwhile to do this when you're training. It gives a lot of extra XP. And this right side is where you just make stuff. Yeah, you can explore this on your own. It's like a, you know, the smithing anvil. You just make your stuff here. Alright, now let's go into how to train Invention. So, you get, you know, just like other skills, you get like little tidbits of XP everywhere. Like, again, you get XP from discovering, you get a little bit of XP from making it. Like, let's see, I'd make an equipment siphon. It'll give me 300 Invention XP. But that's, like, all of this stuff is not really what you want to do to grind to 120. How you're going to level to 120 is you're going to take these things called augmenters, which is a recipe that you unlock in the tutorial right here. You need some energies, like any of these energies, combination of energies works. And you use that to make these things, place it on a weapon, or no, not a weapon, any equipment that you can really use. For example, all of my gear here is augmented. Like, if you read the title, it says augmented blah blah blah, augmented blah blah blah, augmented augmented. And when you augment something, they have an item level. As you can see, my Drygor Longsword, or offhand Drygor Longsword, is level 1. My Xeroskod Sword is level 14. My Trim Masterwork armor is level 20. And these levels are, you know, are very important, and I'll explain that in a short bit. But yeah, that's the augmenter. You're gonna want to make a lot of these for sure, and technically they are tradable. You can buy these, but they are almost $500,000 each, and depending on how you train, you're probably gonna go through quite a large number of these augmenters. Okay, but let me finish on how you actually train the skill. So there's two main ways you can get a lot of experience. The first way is disassembling your gear, and the second way is siphoning your gear. Now, let me take something that I don't really care about. Like this seismic wand. Like, I'm pretty done with it at this point. Do I have siphons? I don't have any, but I can just make one. Equipment siphon, take one. So you might be wondering, what's the difference between a siphoning and disassembling? Well, siphoning gives the same exact amount of XP that disassembling does, except it's equivalent to -2 levels. So if you siphon an item that's level 8, you will get the same XP as if you disassembled the same item at level 6. So, as you can probably figure out, disassembling will give you more XP faster, but you lose your item, essentially. So there's a trade-off. You can train all the way. Alright, so let me siphon this wand, for example. My wand is level 20, but I don't really care about it because I have another wand. So I siphon this. Now it says you will gain equivalent to disassembling this item at level 10 because the disassembling XP caps out at level 10, meaning that siphoning caps out at level 12. So if I had a level 12 item and I use a siphon on it, I would also get this amount of XP. But there is a reason to go past 12, and I'll get to that later. So yeah, this will give me, you know, 600k XP, and I hit OK, and I get that much XP, and my item, which is, you know, quite a lot, considering 120 is like 80 mil, so that's like 1/160th of 120, which is crazy. Save my siphon, which is nice, and my wand goes back to level 1, and, you know, because I siphoned all the experience, and you can level it up again. Don't know where there would be a benefit of getting it over 12. There's like some like niche benefits, but there are some that you will see that's like also kind of, it's not that important, but it is helpful. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over really quickly. Oh, by the way, for people who are actually watching this stream, if you have any questions, like, definitely type it in the chat. I am here to answer any questions. This is kind of like a live, you know, tutorial. He is the dwarf in the right height side of the bench. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I don't have a dwarf here, but I see. But is that with all items or only weapons? The whole siphoning and disassembling is for everything. It's for all your gear. It works for weapons, armor, tools. It's all the same idea. Okay. So let's go back, and I'm going to just go over this skill tree, or not skill tree, like level up like guide here, and just go through some milestones with you guys, just to make things easier. Like, like this is just my you know, 2 cents on how I feel like you can go from level 1 all the way to 120 with Invention. So you start out at level 5, I'm pretty sure, if you do the tutorial. So do the tutorial and you'll start at level 5. And you discover the gizmo, and you can get level 5, and you can augment weapons. It doesn't say that actually, but you can augment weapons, and that's it. So starting out, just augment any of your weapons, like any of your weapons that you have like you can do that and just siphon at level 5. You won't get that much XP, but you know, it is a way of training. Or you can just get like low tier items and disassemble it, which is also not the greatest, but it is an option. So, you know, if you have like a freaking, I don't know, like a Masuda's War Spear, I would just make an augmenter or buy an augmenter, attach it on there. When it gets to level 5, oh shoot, where's the guide? When it gets to level 5, just use an equipment siphon. Milestones. Just use an equipment siphon, it'll go back to level 1, and you'll get XP doing that. And eventually, you'll hit level 16, which then you can get armor. So I would then, you know, make more augmenters and put it on some cheap armor that you want to assemble, or good armor in Siphon. And by the way, this armor is only chest armor. It's kind of it's kind of misleading, but if you see down here level 45, it says augmented leg armor. So this is chest armor. So at level 16, just augment your body and augment your weapon. Level it up, siphon or disassemble. Then at level 22, you can make tool gizmos, and I think that also means you can augment tools. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. I don't know. I don't see anything that says otherwise. But yeah, you can augment like let me see if there's anything on here. There's no search option here, unfortunately. I mean, I would assume if you can make a tool gizmo at 22, you can you can augment a tool. Otherwise, what is even the point of that, right? Yeah, so you can augment like crystal equipment, I think dragon equipment as well. There's like a list of stuff you can look on the wiki for stuff you can augment. Oh, actually, yeah, right here. It says level 22. Augment pickaxe, augment hatchet, fishing rod-o-matic, augmented matic, hammertron, pyromatic. It's like all for a bunch of skills you want to do. So you can start putting augmenters on your skilling stuff, so you can level stuff up while you're skilling. So Invention essentially is a skill that you honestly passively train while skilling, like doing other skilling in the game. So if you do a lot of combat, you'll train your combat or slayer and also train Invention. You do a lot of skilling, you augment your tools and you train Invention while doing skilling. It's very easy to train if you're, busy in the game, to be honest. So yeah, back to my 1 to 120. So tools, you can start doing tools or skilling. Then at 27, this is where the XP like really starts kicking in, I feel like. Because level 10 disassembles basically give you the maximum XP. Also, maybe I'll go to the GE real fast, just to show like some options of stuff if you guys are trying to level stuff up. Like, if you don't want to spend that much money training Invention, but you want to disassemble, because disassembling is honestly probably a bit faster than siphoning, because you only have to go to level 10, while siphoning eventually you have to go to level 12 to get the same XP. You can use any of the like Barrow's armor. Those are all augmentable. Like Torag's plate body, it's like 1 mil. Let's see, what is is there a cheaper one? Varax plates. Where is it? Brassard. 1 mil as well. I honestly expected these to be cheaper, but. Something that's really cheap, I think. What I did Gano. Okay, this is not that cheap either. The legs are cheap. Poncho, not really. What else is there? I really doubt Bandos is cheap. It's like 3 mil. Okay. Crystal stuff? Well, can you buy it? That's a good point. Crystal body. Oh, you're right. That is pretty cheap. Good thinking, Kira. Yeah, that's a pretty good alternative. You can do. Where's the legs? God dang it. Where are the legs? There. They're around 580k each. If you have a little bit of money to spend, like especially when you hit. Or let me go back to that guide. When you hit 27 and you're able to get to level 10, disassembling at level 10 gives you like quite a lot of XP. And again, you can still siphon at level 10. It just gives you level 8 XP. And by the way, how the level system works with Invention items is roughly when you go up 2 levels, it takes double the amount of XP. So getting a weapon from level 10 to 12 is the same XP as going from 1 to 10. Just a like general kind of guideline. So yeah, you have to get basically double the amount of XP for siphoning to be equivalent to disassembling. Okay, anyways, that's how you train from level 27. And then when you hit level 60, or sorry, 45, let's do that first. 45 is when you get leg armor. So at this point in time, you can literally level up 4 like items at a time if you're doing combat. You can do a main hand weapon, offhand weapon, like body and legs. Like you see it, like I'm wearing augmented chest plate, augmented legs, augmented main hand, augmented offhand. You literally will train 4 gear at a time, and when they all become level 12, I would siphon all of it and just get a ton of XP. Like right now, I have my siphon, right? I'm not gonna actually do it because I want this stuff to be leveled up. But if I siphon my body, it'd give me 637k, 637k, this 637k, yeah, like, you know, these are tier 92, so it makes sense why they're that high. So yeah, siphoning all these would basically give me like 25-ish mil, or 22.5 mil XP, which is quite a lot. Okay. And then at level 60, when you reach level 15, which means you can stop, you can get to level 12 siphons and siphon for equivalent to the disassemble. Yeah, and then I feel like from level 60 onward, there's nothing new. Like literally from level 60 to level 120, you can just do the same thing, like over and over and over again. There's nothing that's faster. Which, I don't know, it might sound like a bummer to you guys, but honestly, Invention training early level is like already pretty fast. So, you know, it's like a slow passive grind, I'd say, from 1 to 120. I think when I like hard trained Invention back in 2015, it took me like 2 or 3 months to get 120. So, like, and that's like constantly training it. But yeah, the higher level inventions give a lot of XP. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, you mean you're referring to like the discoveries? Yeah, absolutely. Like all this discovery, when you research stuff at like level 100 plus, it gives you like, you know, 100k plus XP. Definitely. But that's still, again, that's not your main source of leveling. Like you're not gonna level up from discovering something. You're gonna level something up. You're gonna level up the skill by siphoning or disassembling your gear. So yeah, before I go on to like perks about Invention, let me first help out with some of the components. So this right here is your Invention pouch, like in your inventory. You see there's like a ton of components in here, and if you don't know like what any of this is, you're probably going to be like really overwhelmed by all this stuff. But basically all of these components are received from disassembling, like, you know, almost everything in the game. A lot of it is honestly kind of useless. Like, you know, this stuff like flexible parts, I have 38,000. I'm like never gonna use all this. Like spiritual parts, 20k. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff here that's kind of redundant. Like this, like evasive components, I have almost 1,000 of them. Like, probably never gonna use it all. But there is a lot of stuff here that is very useful, like how to make augmenters if you're gonna train like by disassembling, siphons if you're gonna train like that. Yeah. So let me. I have a list I wrote down of common components that you guys might be looking for. So I'll post it on the Discord after I'm done. But let me just really quickly show you guys, you know, a good way to get. Let me empty my inventory. A good way to get some easy components, especially because a lot of them are daily. Okay, so let's go to Birth Orb. So the first thing is where you get, well, this is Birth Orb. This is where you get bladed parts and base parts. These two are pretty important. Base parts are used to make augmenters, and bladed parts are used to make weapon gizmos. And I'll get to the gizmos in a bit. So Warriors Guild, I think you need like 55 attack and strength to get in. It's pretty low requirements. There's a shop here. Trade this guy. And there's like a ton of weapons you can get, like stabbing weapons. Alright, like let me just buy all the mithril. By the way, the higher tier gear you disassemble, the more chance you have of getting like... Oh, okay. It's not more chance of getting good stuff. It's less junk chance. Because every time you disassemble something, there's like a base junk chance that you have. Like if I hit analyze and use it on this, I have a 53% junk chance. So I'm gonna get a lot of junk, essentially. But if I analyze the adamant one, it's 44%, so I get less junk. But yeah, you see I can disassemble this by dragging the item into my pouch. And if you look in my chat box, I'm getting base parts and bladed parts. Also getting precise components, which is nice. Do the offhands, get a bunch of base and bladed parts again. Drag these swords, same thing, same thing. Yeah, you basically can go through like all of these like swords, you know, the seal. I don't think actually like the slashing I think give as well, but I don't think the crushing weapons do not. I don't think they give bladed parts because that doesn't make any sense. Like bladed parts needs a blade. I dis this. Yeah, I get base and head parts, so I get base still though. This precise is nice. Precise is a very useful component as well. It's used for a lot. And you can even get some armor here. I didn't even realize that. That's nice. I can get some protective here. Let's get that. These. So this armor will give me cover parts and... Or not cover parts, plated parts and protective components, which is really nice. So yeah, some helpful shops to give you some components if you're running low. Alright, what else is very important? Shield bows. So, and what are the other bows? I forget what they're called. The freaking short bows. These will give you... I just buy them from the G. They're usually pretty cheap. Like, oh god, maple short bow. Let's buy like 10 or let's buy 10. Do they insta buy? Let's see. Yep, they do. And yes, you can disassemble noted items. It's the same as disassembling non-noted items. Just FYI, for some reason. Maple shield bow. Where is it? Hopefully this also insta buys. Easy, this is pretty cheap, like 4K. Just these. Short bows give you, if I get any, they give precise, which again, very important. And I think they give dexterous, which is also pretty important. I don't know if I'm gonna get one. Probably not. Shield bows give precise and strong. Strong components are also used for weapon gizmos, so very good as well. Yeah, look. I got a precise and a strong. So yeah, definitely buy a ton of those. What else? Good material. Oh, precise and direct components is kind of tricky to get. You can get direct from spears, but that's kind of annoying. But over here, there's a little trick. There's a guy here. Trade him, Alec. Get these things called new swans. This is kind of painful to do because these do restock really fast, but you have to just sit here and buy stuff. And nope, I got a direct already. Just disassemble these and hope you get direct components. Got a precise, pretty good. You see, where is he? Where is he? There he is. Trade him again, and he already almost refilled. He's at 8. 9. So just camp here and just keep dissing these. I got another direct. Alright. You know, there's a lot more I can go through, but I'll probably just post this on the Discord for you guys to check out on your own if you're looking for components that are like a good way to get pretty cheap as well. So yeah, those are components. Okay, let's go over... Alright, let's go over perks now. This helps so much. Oh, I'm really glad, Lynn. You need a good way to make an alchemical onyx. Okay, that in particular. Oh, okay. Another side thing. A really fast way to get to an invention bench if you have the luck of the dwarves. Just right-click it and hit Keldagrim. And there is literally a bench like 5 steps from you if this door opens. So yeah, the alchemical onyx. You need. I mean, what's the thing that's like tripping you? Is it the fortunate? Because fortunate are from clue stuff. Yeah, fortunate is you need a ton of clue stuff. Like you know from the event. Like a lot of people get like the U like combo. Oh, do you have 50 for that? Like you have 50 fortunate? Let me look for refined. I think there's like a thing. There's like a thing that gives you refined components. Yeah, junk refiner. Okay. If you make this the junk refiner, I don't have any rune bars. Unfortunate. Wait, is there a kiln? Oh my god, there's a kiln here. Wow. Alright, let me try and make one real fast. What? I can't use your furnace. Why not? Really? What is this? Dragon Warhammer, Jesus. I can't just wait, can I deposit from this? Oh my god, really? Unlucky. Okay, let's go to Lumbridge. I just make a 1 rune bar. Yes, 1. Back to Keldagrim. Alright, let's make a junk refiner. So I think you hit refine junk and it gives you 20 refined components. So yeah, oh my god, it takes like a minute. But yeah, so you get 20 refined components and you need 50, I think. So you just need 3, like Sarah, you just need 3 of these junk refiners and you have 60 components for it. Any other questions before I move on to the perks? I can get a swig of this Diet Coke. Not a sponsor. 1. Okay, so now let's move on to the perks. This is what honestly really drives people to train Invention, are the perks. Like, what do you get out of Invention? And let me tell you that you get a lot from Invention. I can show you some examples of perks that I have. Like, actually, I'm wearing some right now. Like, check my main hand melee weapon. Aftershock 4, after dealing 50,000 damage, create an explosion, around your target and deals 40% per rank weapon damage, which basically equates. So Aftershock 4 means I heal 160%, which equates to around like I would say like a upper 3 to 4k hit. So every 50k damage I deal, so that's at least, if you do the math, that's at least a like 7% damage increase just having Aftershock 4. And that's not even including that this is AoE, so if you're hitting like a bunch of mobs, like this is very, very powerful. Like Ruthless 1 gives you a 0.5% damage bonus for 20 seconds when you kill stuff, stacking 5 times. So if I kill 5 enemies, it gives me 2.5% damage bonus. And there's a lot of other stuff on here, like Impatient 4 gives me 9% adrenaline per rank, so I have 9% chance for more adrenaline, so I have 27%. But here is one instance of why leveling your gear up to level 20 is important. So if you read it, this effect, it says this perk has an increased chance to activate on level 20 items. So since my legs are level 20, it gains an additional 10% chance. So right now, when my Impatient is 9.9% per rank, and at meaning my Impatient 4 gives almost a 40% chance to give me additional adrenaline every single time I press into basic, which is very, very good. And mobile reduces the cooldown of Surge and Escape, but they no longer generate adrenaline. But most people, when they use those abilities, use it off global cooldown anyways, which doesn't allow you to gain adrenaline anyways. So mobile is extremely powerful. It makes you go, super all over the place. I know this is with double Surge and Escape, but probably one of the most powerful perks in the game. Okay, so let's get into perk making. Those are just some examples of perks. Let me go back to my bench, actually. Actually, no, I have gizmos here. I don't have any ancient ones, because, I don't know, I don't have any. Oh, actually, I lied. I do have some ancient ones. There's one sitting right here. But let's not use those for now, because most people do not have these, who are probably watching this. There's like some gizmos here. These are all made from the bench. Over here. Like weapon gizmo shell is this thing. It requires, it requires bladed parts, crafted parts, and strong components. I guess I didn't really go over where to get this, but crafted parts, good idea is like disassembling summoning pouches, like low level stuff, I guess. But yeah, all this stuff is pretty simple to gather, and you can look all this on the link I'll post on the Discord, and also the wiki is your best friend to find out where to get all this stuff. But yeah, once you have these gizmo shells, you can make perks. So, this is the gizmo shell. All of these ingredients here it's the exact same ingredients that were in my pouch. They're just in a different interface right now, where I can add stuff. Do I have any? Okay, yeah. So if you notice, they are segregated into different slots: common, uncommon, rare, and ancient, and this is useless. So the general idea is that common materials and uncommon materials and rare, even some rares, they all give the same perk, but using the rarer component, you have a better chance of getting the perk. So I don't know if I have a good example to show right now. I definitely don't want to waste components. I mean, okay, this is a really bad example, but I could use like rumbling, I guess. I would not use that though. I mean, I can just for a low one. So I think, what does this give? I don't even know actually. Okay, no, let's not do that. Not that. What gives cover parts? What does this give? Shield bashing. No, definitely not that. Clear parts. What do you give? Nothing important either. Sorry, I'm just trying to find what gives something that I know I can get from later. Magic? Okay, this is a good example. So magic, you see, has a chance to give me crackling. If I create this, you know, I get energizing 2, crackling 2. Because that's just something I could have gotten. Now, if I try it with... Oh, no. God dang it. I didn't want to do that. Restart. Okay, I got another crackling 2, but anti-theism. So, the anti-theism is a negative perk, so I would just disassemble this. Basically, you can't pray with it. But this is not bad. Like, it's not a bad perk. But if I put imbued parts also gives me crackling, and I should theoretically get something better. I mean, crackling 2 ultimatums 2 is not bad. Let's try again. Okay, whatever. This is pretty bad. Let me make another one, actually. I actually can show a better example of this. So if I put in all of these magic parts, it says I can get crackling 1 to 3, and let's say I really want crackling 3, because, you know, the higher tier the better. Getting it from this is very unlikely, but if I do this combination, I put, okay, I don't have this. I thought I did. One sec. I'll show you how to get explosive components real fast, and this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt to look at. Hand cannon. Oh god, come on. Oh, it's actually pretty cheap. Alright, let's buy it. Okay, bought for 592k. Not terrible. And I dis it. I get 7 explosive components. So now, if I put 4 explosive and 1 imbued, don't ask why it's like this, it's really stupid, I get nothing. Okay, thanks for that. Game, for showing me my point. Okay, one more try. Like I said, 4 explosive and 1 imbued gives me crackling 3. So that's an example of why if you use better materials, you get the better perk. Okay, I'm just gonna disassemble all of this because I really do not want any of this. Oh god. Disassemble. When you dis these, like all the unwanted perks, you get some residual stuff back, which is really nice. And so, I guess I didn't really explain like how to use perks. Perks are just, you know, I guess additional stuff that you add to your augmented gear to make it better. It's why my ascensions right here, you see, they are not augmented. They're just normal ascensions. They're just normal, but my augmented gear all have perks on them to make them stronger. And that's like the main selling point to use Invention. Even on your like skilling gear, like on my Matic of Time and Space, if I check my Matic, I have Honed 6, 2% chance, you know, of success rate gathering items, which is really nice. So, like per rank, so I have an additional 12%. Fortune 3 has a chance of giving me a double item, and it banks it as well. And Prosper gives me clues. So, yeah, like perks are basically the reason why you do Invention, other than to get to 120. Alright. So back to perks, like how to get them. Now, there is a very, very long list of perks that Jagex has made. Like, let me get an armor gizmo again. Like, you know, there's so many perks, like, it just make your head spin. Like, this has Demon Bait, Shield Bashing, Hoarding. It might be like, oh man, like, I don't know any, like, are these perks good? Like, I put Precious, I get Anti-Theism, which, okay, that's bad. Scavenging, Looting. Like, I mean, if you hover over it, it actually tells you what it does. But, I hate to break it to you all, but Jagex has basically, made Invention, at least, not Ancient Invention, which I'll get to in a second, like the normal Invention, pretty bare bones, like, okay, these are what's best, and get these. So, there's not really much to, like, there's not a lot of options of perks, in my opinion, especially if you're looking for, like, good, like, combat-related stuff. Yeah, I mean, even the skilling stuff is, like, you just get honed for everything. So, I don't know if I want to go over that right now, because it might not mean much to you guys. But I did make a list of, like, I guess low to mid-level tier perks that you guys should go for. And then I did make I didn't really make it yet, but there is like a high tier perks that you really want to get at the very end of the game, which unfortunately is very pricey, I gotta say. So I would say most people in this game do not have all the high tier perks because of how expensive they are. You wouldn't mind hearing all that? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for as long as you guys really have questions for, I guess. So, alright, I'll just cover the combat-related perks because, you know, that's like what is kind of important to me the most, I guess. I don't know if I have any components to actually show, but so for low to mid level, I would recommend for your weapons, you always can have 2 weapon perks. So let me show a two-handed weapon can hold 2 perks. If you see, if I hit check, there's Gizmo 1, Gizmo 2, and then a one hand only has 1 gizmo. So if you use dual wield and you use 2H, they have the same amount of perks. It's not like you get double perks with 2 weapons. So I would recommend, for if you're really starting out, to just put 5 precise components. Again, like I foreshadowed in the beginning, precise components are very, very valuable because you will burn through a lot of these. And go for any kind of precise in equilibrium. The maximum is precise 4, equilibrium 2. But let me just say that the chances of getting this at level 120, and you have a higher chance of getting rare perks the higher your invention level is, by the way. The chance of you getting Precise 4 Equilibrium 2 at level 120 invention is like 1 in 1077. So I would not expect to get this anywhere while you're training. It's very, very rare. But yeah, like, let's make one. I got Precise 3 Equilibrium 2. Like, this is a very, very good perk. Especially if you're low level. Like, if you get Precise 3 Equilibrium 2, this is like, let me guess, it's like probably around like a 4 to 5% damage increase, to where if you didn't use this, it's very strong. Because basically both of these lower your minimum hit, so your average hit is going to be much higher than before. Yeah, that's like an example of one perk. Oh, nope, wrong gizmo. Another perk that I would recommend you getting to low to mid level is Biting 2. And I would put this on your weapon. It traditionally goes on your armor for another reason. Well, I'll just tell you. It's because Aftershock goes on your weapon as well. But if you're not doing Ancient Invention, I would highly recommend that you do not get Aftershock before you get Ancient Invention, because it is a humongous waste to make an Aftershock 3 and then make an Aftershock 4 to get rid of Aftershock 3. You're just wasting a ton of money. So, assuming you are not getting Aftershock on your low to mid level perks, Biting 2 is a great option. It's just 5 direct, which is again why I showed you how to get direct components earlier. I make that. Biting 2 cautious. I think it's guaranteed. Maybe not at low levels though. But yeah, Biting is an incredibly powerful perk. It gives 2% chance to force crit. Again, like, this is kind of important because how critical hits work. Like, crits and RS are just like, oh, if you roll 95 to 100% weapon damage, or like, not weapon damage, but like 95% to 100% of your maximum hit, it's a crit. But Biting forces a crit. So if you Biting 2 essentially gives you 4% chance to force a crit, which is very, very powerful. Like, you can imagine that's basically like, I don't know what it comes to, like a 2% damage increase. Don't fact check me. Oh, why does my music turn off? Come on. Now let's go to armor. I was hyping this up in the past a lot. Dexterous components gives you mobile, 5 dexterous. I mean, Demon Slayer is there too. I mean, it's also not bad. It's not really that useful for most things, but it's not bad to have. Mobile, extremely useful perk, like, just overall. I would definitely put that on. Another good one for low to mid level. I think you can get all of these so far at level 1. I don't think you need a level to like use these like uncommon materials. I will start with something that's harder to get though. Let me see. Okay, so Crackling 3, I just disassembled it, I think. Yeah. Remember the one I tried getting Crackling 3 with the explosive? You need level 49 to get to use these components. So you can't get this until you're level 49. But yeah, get Crackling 3 when you can. It's 4 explosive and 1 imbued. Level 43 or 49. That's another good one. And then another good armor perk is Impatient 3. Like, I see on my armor, I use Impatient 4 because of Ancient. Impatient 3 is pretty common from just 5 Zamorak. I'm not going to create this because this is kind of expensive. I think you need level 74 Invention to get this, or to use these components. So do not expect to get this until a higher level. Another good perk is Devoted. Devoted is actually also from Zamorak, so you could get both of these, but it's kind of hard to get these both at the same time at lower levels. You can also get what's called Enhanced Devoted from faceted components. I put on my list how to get faceted components. I'll post on the Discord. Enhanced Devoted is a better version of Devoted. I think it's 50% better, but you can't stack it with another perk, so it's a standalone perk. Basically meaning, like look at my armor, for example. Like there's 2 perks on this one gizmo. It has Impatient 4 and Mobile, but this perk just has 1 perk. Or this slot has 1 perk. It just Enhanced Devoted 4 and Enhanced Devoted 4. It's the same thing. That's all that means. The issue with Enhanced Devoted, though, is it's extremely hard to get at low levels. I think you get faceted at, like, what, 55, I think? Let's see, materials... Yeah, you get faceted at 55, but the chance of you getting Enhanced Devoted at this level is, like, I think it's, like, under 1%. So you're probably going to get Crystal Shield 3, but Crystal Shield 3 is really nice too, so put Crystal Shield 3 on your armor until you get high enough level, maybe like 80 or so, and then go for Enhanced Devoted, I feel like, on your 4th slot. So yeah. Again, I'll post this all in the Discord, but those are like really good low-level perks to put on your combat gear, which will, like, if you have all 6 of those perks on your gear, I would guess you're probably like maybe like 10% stronger, like in terms of like overall damage and like mobility and all that. Like Invention is some really powerful stuff. Like it helps you offensively, defensively, like utility, like it does everything. Yeah, not a problem, Sarah. Okay. I mean, I could... Alright, I guess I'll go over the high-level stuff. This is, this stuff is pretty spicy, because it is... Let me just diss all this stuff, because I don't need it. So, it's A, very expensive, and B, not, like, the perks are not even guaranteed. So, if you reach this point in the game, you are going to start feeling what's known as Invention despair. When you create a very expensive perk and fail it utterly, and you waste, like, 40 mil on the perk. It is quite painful, but I'll get into it. I'll start by getting into Ancient Invention. So Ancient Invention was released with Archaeology. As you see here, I don't know where it's at. Like, yeah, right here, like 95. You can unlock the Ancient Invention blueprints. But I think you can buy it in the GE. But I think if you buy it in the GE, you have to also buy all the components to make the stuff. So let me explain. Ancient Gizmo's blueprint. It's like 1 mil. So okay, let's say you're level 1 archaeology. Like, oh, I want to make ancient gizmos. I buy this. I unlock the gizmos. But the gizmo themselves require ancient components or whatever, and that is these classic components. You have to buy this, which are like quite pricey, as you can see here, and historic components. Not as pricey. Actually, you need way more of these, so you're gonna buy the big one. So this is also quite pricey. So yeah. So personally, I would not buy that. But if you have a lot of extra money and you really want Ancient Invention, you can buy all of it. Let me go back to the Geldogram real fast. The bench. Yes. So the way to obtain all of those materials here. If you scroll down here, ancient materials, it's all from relics. I don't know if it say that. Yeah, disassembly resources, archaeology, materials, and artifacts. Yeah, I don't have many of those, but yeah. You can see like ancient gizmo shell requires like the same bladed and strong, but they require historic and classic. Same here with the armor, it requires deflecting and protective, but also requires historic and classic. I don't have any historic, so I can't make any. But yeah. Now, I would try and show an example, but I'll probably fail it. Because I have like 2 gizmos here. Okay, let me see. Maybe I can try one. I'll go for a upgrade live on stream. Let's buy Armadillo. I don't know. Armadillo gloves. 3 mil. No. Okay, come on. Armadillo buckler. Come on. Let me raise it a bit too. Okay, good. Bought. Sweet. So this component is like 3 mil. Technically, you can get them cheaper for like around 2 mil if you disassemble level 9 gear, but I'll get into that later. Or I don't know. I probably won't even get into that this stream. Maybe I just at another time if you guys ask me. But yeah, let's just say so. These components are 3 mil each. Because if I disassemble this, I get 1 armadillo component. Let me get an invention pot because it raises my invention level. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked a bit. Before I do this, let me just finish talking about Ancient Invention. So Ancient Invention, this is literally the same gizmo. Let me go back to get the weapon gizmo. So this is the normal gizmo, this is the ancient one. The normal gizmo has 5 slots. The ancient one has 9 slots. Meaning, you have not only the chance to get upgraded perks, for example, like I was saying earlier, you can't get Impatient 4 or Enhanced Devoted 4 with normal invention, but you can with Ancient Invention, because there's 9 slots. Now, here's the biggest difference though between Ancient Invention and normal invention. It's not actually the fact that you can get 1 level higher. It's the fact that a whole world of combination perks are unraveled. And let me show you what I mean with my magic gear. Okay, I don't need this. Placeholder. I don't know if I have any old gear to like compare this to. I don't think I do, unfortunately. Oh, actually, no, I do. Okay, this is my old gear. On my Acto, my tank armor. This is all. Oh, okay, this is not old. This is new. Okay, pretend if I check this, pretend that this Impatient 4 is Impatient 3 and this Enhanced Devoted 4 is Enhanced Devoted 3 for the purposes of this test. So, Ancient Invention allows you to combine perks together. That's the thing that makes it powerful. So for example, so this is a little bit confusing, but the only perk that you can really combine with normal invention is this one, Crackling 3 and Mobile. But let me just tell you, this is incredibly painful to make. I think it's like 1 in like 30 or something. And again, you use 4 explosive every time, which is like, it costs quite a bit. It's painful to get, to say the least. And Biting 3 is from Noxious Components. Let me just show you guys actually before. I would not go for this. Do not go for this, okay? Don't go for this even if you're low level. It's okay. I can't. Oh, actually, I can put more in here even though I don't have it. So in the past, before an Ancient Invention, how you got Crackling 3 mobile is you did 4 explosive and 1 dexterous. As you can see here, it says Crackling 2 to 3 and mobile, but the chances were very low, very bad. And then to get Noxious, I don't think I have any, or I don't have any Noxious. Dang. But to get Biting 3, you have to put 5 Noxious components, which, as you can guess, are from Noxious weapons. So those are very expensive to get. Disassembling a leveled up Noxious weapon gives you 20, so it does give you a lot of components, but it's still like, you know, averages like 8 mil a component, which is extremely expensive. You know what? Frick it. I think I have an eye in here. I don't really want it. Taking up bank space. Yeah, this eye, I don't want it. Just disassemble this eyeball. So it gives me 1 Noxious component. So if you see here, if I put 5 Noxious components, which it gives me Biting 3. That's how I got this Biting 3. But now, let me show you the. Oh shoot. Hold on. Do I have something I can disassemble here that's low level? Not really. Nothing that I can see. I'll just buy some historic components, whatever. Historic. Just send it, come on. Nice. Go back to Keldagram. I just really quickly want to show you what's cool about Invention. Ancient Invention. So I make 1 armor gizmo, now that I have the historic. So historic, if I put, like, yes, I can put 8 Noxious and guarantee me Biting 4. Like, this is 100% guaranteed I get Biting 4. Like, if I put 7, it's like, it's not guaranteed, but if I put 8, it is 100% guaranteed. But, there's a thing here. Let me show, yeah, here it is. I have on my Elite Tectonic Bottoms, I have Biting 4 Dragon Slayer. Now this is like a combination perk that you can get. Like this is basically impossible to get with normal perks, like the normal Invention. I would never go for this. But with Ancient Invention, if I put 7 Noxious and 2 Dragonfire, you know, it says Biting 4 Dragon Slayer, or Biting 3 to 4 Dragon Slayer, and I think the chances are like 50-something%. So, yes, there is a chance, like a pretty good chance you'll fail it, but there's also a pretty good chance you'll get it. And that is what is so powerful about Ancient Invention. So yeah, like, let me finish comparing, like, my old armor versus my new armor. So my old armor had Crackling 3, mobile, Biting 3, check. Again, this is Impatient 3, and Enhanced Devoted 3. Now my new armor has Crackling 4, so it does much more damage. Enhanced Devoted 4 has a higher chance of blocking damage. This new perk, Relentless 5, basically gives me a 5% chance to not use any adrenaline on an ability, so like ultimates included. That was my bottom, right? And then, oh no, this is my bottom. Impatient 4, you know, gives me even more adrenaline. Mobile, which gives me, you know, mobility. Biting 4 and Dragon Slayer. So I have basically upgraded versions of like all my perks, including Dragon Slayer and Relentless 5. So Ancient Invention not only gave me upgraded versions of all of these perks again, but also I got Dragon Slayer and Relentless 5. So that's like crazy powerful. And I can show you with the weapons as well. Again, just in case if you're watching this later, the reason why this is 4 and not 3 is because if you read here, it says it's just ancient. Like, I just added this later on. Like, you cannot get Invention 4 or Enhanced and Wooded 4 with normal gizmos. But yeah, for the weapons... Whew, the weapons are... like, the armor is already, like, pretty hard to get optimized perks. The weapons are on another level of dirty. Like, oh, it is so painful to go for these perks. Like, let me show you some examples, like, on my gear. So, do I have an old weapon? Like, I don't think I do. I mean, basically, old weapons had Aftershock 3 on it. Like, this strike bow has Aftershock 3 on it. And, like, Precise 4 Equilibrium 2. New weapons have, like, you know, you can get some crazy combinations on here. Like, for this, my Inquisitor staff, it still has a Precise 4 Equilibrium 2, but that's because I'm lazy and didn't want to get another upgrade. In Aftershock 4, even more damage, and Planted Feet, which before, you would have to use Planted Feet on a switch, because you would not actually put this on your weapon, but you can actually have, you know, Aftershock 4 and Planted Feet on the same perk now, so you don't have to bring an extra weapon switch to have both of these effects, which are... These two effects are extremely powerful in the game. Like, you know, this basically extends your Sunshine and Death Swiftness by 7 seconds, which is crazy. And like, this spear, oh my god. Like, it has Precise 6, which greatly increases my damage, and Equilibrium 2. So basically, like, if you added these together, like, Precise 6 Equilibrium 2 is, like, crazy good value. Because remember how I was saying before, like, Precise 4 Equilibrium 2 is already, like almost best in slot. Precise 6 Equilibrium 2, extremely powerful. Aftershock 1, this is Aftershock 1 because, I'm not using this switch, this spear, to proc Aftershock. I'm using it to use, like, one ability and then switch to another weapon that has Aftershock. And Lunging 4, which, you know, increases the damage of my Dismember by, like, it's like 80%. It's, like, crazy high. Yeah, like, my ZGS is pretty basic. It just has Precise 4 Equilibrium 2 and Aftershock 4. My Kopeshes have Equilibrium 2 Precise 4 Equilibrium 2 and Aftershock 4 and Ruthless, like I showed you before, Ruthless. The combinations are quite tricky. I don't know if it's like a good idea to go through all of them, but like I have some right here, I think. No, I don't have any Ilujankin. Wow. Okay, I'm not gonna diss anything for that. That would be really stupid. But oh yeah, I'm gonna try one perk upgrade because why not? I just spent 3 mil. So I'm gonna try and get Precise 6 Equilibrium 1, which is a slightly better upgrade to Precise 4 Equilibrium 2 for my staff. It's 5 Armadillo, which I have, 4 Precise. I drank my Invention potion, so I'm 137. This is the highest chance I can have for this. It's like a 45% chance, so please give it to me. Okay. I didn't get it. I got Precise 5 Equilibrium 1. I'm looking for Precise 6, but, you know, this is not terrible, but I don't think I'll use this. I'll just, like, put this on my strike bow or something. Where's my strike bow? Let's throw this on here, because I don't have another perk. Oh, never mind. I need to put a shield slot item. I don't know. I'll just throw it in here. I'll use it sometime. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I can say about Ancient Invention without literally holding your hand on like making all the perks. Which, I mean, if you have questions for me about that, I can answer. But yeah, is there any like general questions? Yeah, Salad, thank you for explaining that in the comments. I didn't explain that, but basically, if you level up a gear to level 9 and then disassemble it, you get 4 times the components, which sometimes is cheaper in getting certain stuff, like the Armadil. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about Invention? I think this is about wrapping it all up. Like, just anything, any question about Invention. Like how to train it, how to get stuff, what perks to get. So for late game perks, I would highly recommend basically just getting what's on my armor right here. My Elite Tectonic. It's like Impatient 4, Mobile, Biting 4, Dragon Slayer, Relentless 5, Crackling 4, Enhanced Devoted 4. And on your weapon, like this is a pretty good one, like Aftershock 4, Planted Feet, Precise 4, Equilibrium 2, Precise 6, Equilibrium 1 if I got it, but I didn't get it, so whatever. Honestly, with Ancient Invention, you will fail more than you succeed, so do not feel bad if you lose a lot of money. Alright, I guess I'll wrap things up then. So overall, Invention is it's pretty complicated, I agree, for starting out. It's like pretty obscure on how to train it, but once you get into it, it's a very passively trained skill. Almost like farming in a way. Like when you're doing player-owned farms, it's like every once in a while, oh, my gear's level 12 or level 10, I gotta disassemble it or siphon it, and then get a bunch of XP, and you'll be 120 in no time. And when you get 120, the rewards that you will reap from it is immense, to say the least. Again, I think it's one of the strongest like combat aiding skills in the game, and also like uniquely skilling aiding as well. Like it's arguably as strong as Herblore in terms of getting overloads. Like again, if you want to like look through my perks again to see how like amazing these perks are to have while doing combat, it is really nice. So yeah, good luck in your training, and as always, let me know if you have any questions. Anyone watching the VOD later, I'll be happy to answer. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, or evening, I should say. Thanks for watching.